highlights. Lagos State government calls for total compliance and adherence to traffic regulations as ministerial press briefing begins. Inspector General of Police deploys special anti-bandit squad to tackle rising spate of killings nationwide. On the foreign scene, organizers downgrade Russian-Ukraine ceasefire talks in London. In sports, Nigeria Premier Football League slams El Kanami Warriors of Maiduguri with 3.5 million naira fine for security breaches. Now the details. I am Taiwo Baruwa. The Lagos State government has called for total compliance and adherence to all traffic rules and regulations to save lives and property of residents. Commissioner for Transportation Oluwaseun Oshiyemi made this appeal at the commencement of the year 2025 ministerial press briefing. Was the theme Greater Lagos Journey, Strong, Steady and Sure. Oshiyemi hinted that before the end of the year, construction work will start on the 68 kilometers Green Line Rail project from Marina to Lekki as the Sanwo-Olu administration intensifies effort to implement the state's strategic transportation master plan, including road, water transportation and provision of infrastructure. According to him, construction of work has also started on the second phase of the Blue Line from Mile 2 to Kokomaiko with the acquisition of 3 brand new rolling stocks, while the first phase of the 37 kilometers Red Line rail from Oyingbo to Agbado is still operational.
Landscape, the commitment extends beyond the options of roads, rails, and water transport, but to overall quality of life for Lagosians. His vision for Lagos transportation is a journey towards integration of all modes, affordability, efficiency, sustainability, and innovation. The strides made in the past years, coupled with ongoing projects, depict a commitment to recreating a city where commuting is seamless and the environment thrives.
Oshiyemi is said to curb illegal parking, which impedes flow of traffic. The Lagos Parking Authority, LASPA, stepped up advocacy campaigns to encourage voluntary compliance and embrace technology to improve parking management, provide easy access to information and payment options. He also stated that the Motor Vehicle Administration Agency has registered a total number of 65,531 new private vehicles and 13,397 commercial vehicles from May 2025 to March of this year. Earlier in his opening remarks, Commissioner for Information and Strategy Benga Motosho noted that the yearly event is organized to showcase the activities and achievement of the Babajide Sanwo-Olu administration.
Traffic management and transportation is the first in line when you consider all of the items on the things agenda on which all the developments that you have to see in Lagos are based. It is a compass on which Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu's administration runs. And I have this permission this morning to come and open this yearly show, the ministerial press briefing. We will talk about all of the things that the administration has achieved in the past year.
Our correspondent Adiola Akinele quotes the Commissioner of Transportation as saying that the Lagos Bus Service Limited has moved a total of 60,882,000 passengers from May 2019 till February this year. The Lagos State Government, through the Office of Sustainable Development Goals, has empowered another set of 100 women with financial literacy in the underserved area of Okwagbo, a riverine community in the Agboiketu local council development area. The training of the 100 women is in addition to the 1,100 women earlier trained on financial literacy and inclusion in 11 different hard-to-reach communities in the 5 divisions of Lagos State. Speaking at the event, Special Advisor to Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu on Sustainable Development Goals, Oreoluwa Fini, said the initiative, in partnership with Africa Human Capacity Development Plans, was to equip women with the knowledge needed to unlock financial freedom and secure their livelihoods so that they can build a future of dignity and independence for themselves and their families. Feni, who was represented by the Permanent Secretary Office of SDGs, Olayemi Sarumi, was optimistic that when women are financially independent, the community flourishes, the economy grows, and development becomes truly sustainable. The Enugu State government has announced that the concession process for the Akanu ABM International Airport is over 70% completed and should be concluded by the second quarter of 2025. Commissioner for Transportation Obi Ozo, who revealed this, stated that the process is being led by the federal government through the Federal Ministry of Aviation in collaboration with private investors. Ozo said the upgrades would include the completion of the international terminal, cargo terminal, maintenance, repair and overhaul facilities, aircraft hangars and runway extension. He also said the Enugu State government is finalizing preparations for the launch of Enugu Air, a state-backed airline scheduled to begin operations in May. Minister of Interior Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo has ordered an immediate investigation into allegations of extortion involving officers of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC. This was announced in a statement by the spokesman of the Minister of Interior, Babatunde Alao. He said the officers, according to a viral post, allegedly extorted 5.2 million naira from a group of young men traveling from Ado-Ekiti State to Akure, Ondo State. According to the statement, the minister noted that any officer found guilty will face the weight of the law, adding that justice will be upheld to ensure that security personnel were served with forthrightness. Now to the rest of the stories. The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, has deployed a special squad to arrest rising violence across the country. Egbetokun ordered all police mobile force squadrons to maintain at least one fully equipped combat-ready unit on constant standby, effective immediately. He gave the directive during a meeting with squadron commanders in Abuja as bandits struck in Kwara, Benue and Sokoto State, killing 21 persons. Addressing his squadron commanders during the meeting, the IGP stressed that the standby units must be prepared to provide rapid support to state commands in times of crisis, high-risk operations or emergency interventions. Egbetokun also said squadrons will undergo size reviews and reorganization to boost efficiency and agility. It will be recorded that in the past weeks, the attacks on helpless citizens have escalated, with increased attacks reported in Plateau, Benue, Enugu, and other parts of the country. The federal government has reaffirmed its commitment to regulating the deployment of biotechnology practices, particularly genetically modified organisms, GMOs, within a robust safety framework to ensure public health and trust. Minister of State for Health, Isiaq Salako, gave the assurance during a collaborative workshop held in Abuja. The event was organized in partnership with the Nigeria chapter of the Open Forum on Agricultural Biotechnology (OFAB) in Africa and the National Biotechnology Research and Development Agency (NBRDA). Salako emphasized that the regulatory framework has designed not only to ensure safety but also to promote ethical and impactful biotechnological innovations, citing examples in healthcare. Salako noted that many Nigerians have already used genetically modified products such as the COVID-19 vaccine and synthetic human insulin for diabetes management without adverse effect. He further stressed the need for proper labeling of GMO foods for transparency and informed consumer choice, adding that this has been a major gap in Nigeria's biotechnology ecosystem. The government of India has announced 250 fully funded scholarship slots for qualified Nigerians as part of its Indian Technical and Economic Cooperation ITEC program. The initiative, which runs from April 2025 to March 2026, covers various areas of professional training, The Ministry of Foreign Affairs made this known, encouraging eligible Nigerians to apply through the official ITEC website at www.itechgoi.ine. It adds that the Indian High Commission in Abuja is coordinating the program, which aims to strengthen bilateral ties and enhance capacity building across partner nations. In foreign news now, London talks aimed at securing a ceasefire between Ukraine and Russia have been downgraded and will no longer include U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio and Special Envoy Steve Witkoff. The meeting will instead take place among senior officials from the UK, France, Germany, Ukraine, and the US. While UK Foreign Secretary David Lammy will host a bilateral meeting with his Ukrainian counterpart. US President Donald Trump's Ukraine envoy John Kellogg is attending the talks instead of Rubio and Witkoff. Meanwhile, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has ruled out recognizing occupied Crimea as Russian territory after reports suggested this could be discussed at the talks. This comes amid growing speculations that Russia might be willing to halt its invasion alongside current front lines in return for significant concessions. The pace of diplomatic effort to end the war is quickening, but there is little clarity about where they are heading or whether they will succeed. In sport now, the Nigeria Premier Football League (NPFL) has imposed a fine of 3.5 million naira on El Kanami Warriors for security breaches during their match day 34 against Ikorodu City. The NPFL has also added the closure of the El Kanemi Warriors Stadium in Maiduguri to fans for the remainder of the 2024-2025 season. El Kanemi Warrior supporters damaged Ikorodu City's vehicle after the match, which ended in a 1-1 draw. Supporters of the club also threw objects into the field over playing during the program. The club is required to submit a written response, either indicating acceptance of the ruling or opting to appear before a disciplinary panel. NPFL has recently intensified its clampdown on clubs over security lapses as Nasarawa United were banished to the Pantami Stadium in Gombe following the crowd trouble that marred their encounter against Plateau United. And that's it on the news at 10, but just before we go, always drive within the specified speed limit. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration empowered over 1,000 residents at the third phase of the Mega Empowerment Program? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State Government has called for total compliance and adherence to all traffic rules and regulations to save lives and property of residents. The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, has deployed a special squad to arrest the rise in violence across the country. We also told you that London talks aimed at securing a ceasefire between Ukraine and Russia have been downgraded and will no longer include U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio and Special Envoy Steve Witkoff. Finally, in sport, the Nigeria Premier Football League (NPFL) has imposed a fine of 3.5 million naira on El Kanemi Warriors for security breaches during their match day 34 against Ikorodu City. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Abiola Fagbolagun. I am Taiwo Baruwa. Thank you for listening. Good morning.